Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end game now. We are absolutely at the end game. Soon. Here we go soon. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. News about Moises Caicedo is ramping up, and the latest at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, is that he is he refusing to play. Brighton had a match against Rayo Vallecano, a Spanish team, and he didn't feature. Now it's up in the air, but I'm pretty certain I think this guy is not injured, and it's not like Brighton are looking after his workload. I mean, it's pre-season. What workload? What do you need to look after? This is the time to get fit. I think he is refusing to play. And he didn't feature against Rayo Vallecano. So, yeah, there's a whole heap of stuff that's gone around that from Brighton's side. He's apparently got a small hamstring injury and he's been kept to the side until he recovers. I think it's quite clear. Now the player is finally taking some stance. Thank you, Mr. Moises Caicedo and your agent for recommending this move. He is, now well and truly sort of protesting or on strike, saying, hey, enough's enough. Enough is enough. It's time to let me go. It's time to start the season with Chelsea, not with you guys. It will look quite stupid. He's always wanted to leave. Personal terms were agreed for a long time ago. I'm just glad that Moises Caicedo finally has started to do this. I wish he just did that earlier on, but I think he just gave Brighton the opportunity to do the right thing. Do the right thing, Brighton Football Club, right? So, look, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like it's coming to an end now. I hope that this player is somewhat available for us in the match, first match coming up against Liverpool. As I said, Friday, midday is the deadline day to finalize the team and register the team for English Premier League, the start of new season. The latest we can probably get this guy into Chelsea Football Club is probably Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what happens. Let's check out all the news that's been floating around in regards to this particular transfer saga from the get-go today. Brighton CEO Paul Barber confirms Moises Caicedo missed the Vallecano game with a hamstring strain. Moises had a slight hamstring injury late in training and was pulled out for that reason. With the Premier League season just a week away, it makes no sense to risk him today. I mean, look, if there was a serious injury concern, there would have been far a lot more noise. There would have been journalists left, right, and center talking about it. I don't buy this. I absolutely don't buy that he's got a hamstring injury. Chelsea would have known about this through the agents, that there is something serious going on, or even, minor for that sense. So I don't think so. I don't think so at all. We're looking forward to Moises starting the season with us. He's a Brighton player under a long-term contract. He's probably one of the most exciting young midfielders in the world at the moment, and we are delighted to have him. So this all of that quotes was coming from Brighton CEO Paul Barber. And then Ben Jacobs goes on to say, however, there are still counterclaims even after Brighton's explanation. Caicedo didn't want to play in the game, is not injured, and is not injured and wants to move Chelsea as soon as possible. Ultimately, despite the different narratives, and Brighton have gone on record, let's not forget, situation remains that Chelsea must now go above 80 million, and Brighton argue considerably above. So they want, as it's been well documented, they won 100 million to get Caicedo. It might seem like it's dragging on and even getting acrimonious, but the clubs do actually have a good relationship. I mean, look, it's clear to see that the clubs definitely have a good relationship. I mean, we've just done a deal with Robert Sanchez literally 24 to 48 hours ago. So, and we've had other dealings previously. So definitely looks like there is some sort of love between the club, even though this is a bit of a tug of war. This is a bit of a hassle at the moment, but I do tend to think maybe there is a good relationship. I thought there was some sort of toxicity between the clubs, but I don't think the clubs in itself. Maybe there is some toxicity within the fan base. Like us Chelsea fans, we're absolutely over dealing with Brighton, and hopefully this Caicedo transfer is the last one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, look, new bid apparently is getting prepared. 80 million, obviously, we know that was rejected. I think Chelsea, I don't know. I don't think they're going to get to that 100 million. I really don't think they're going to get to that. I think the next final bid will be about 90. It may be 90 guaranteed, or maybe 85 guaranteed plus 5 million in add-ons to take the whole package to 90. I hope this is it. Brighton, let's just compromise now. You've got a player that don't want to feature for you anymore. The start of the Premier League is just around the corner. I'm keen to see if Caicedo doesn't happen. I'm keen to see if Caicedo will start for Brighton. I believe they're playing Luton in the first game week. So if he's not there, like, it's only detrimental for you guys to have this particular player on. You're a selling club. Get the money and reinvest. It's as simple as that. So this has to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. For me, I would have liked if Chelsea just paid the 100 million by now, because it's dragged on for too long. We've tried to play footsies with them. It's not worked out. They're not entertained. They're not getting fooled by playing footsies. I thought, as important as Caicedo is for us, and we don't really have an alternative lined up. Let's be honest. There's been names that have been thrown around, but we don't really have an alternative lineup. We've got all our eggs in one basket, and that basket is Moises Caicedo. So I thought, just go and pay the 100 million and just don't deal with Brighton ever again. Unfortunately, a precedent has been created by Declan Rice's move to Arsenal for that 105 million. So it's turned Brighton's head, to think that this player, who they value more than Declan Rice, that's why they're absolutely hell-bound in that 100 million. So for me, I wouldn't mind if Chelsea just paid 100 million. I just don't think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get to a total of 90, and I just hope and pray, please, that it does happen, ladies and gentlemen. Roberto De Zerbi on Moises Caicedo. So this is when I start thinking, even Roberto De Zerbi hinting that potentially he's going to move on. It just makes me think that we are now very much in the end. And I think even Moises Caicedo's side, his camp, will very much push Brighton to submit to this particular end game, I suppose, and allow Moises Caicedo to join to Chelsea Football Club. Roberto De Zerbi or Moises Caicedo, I don't know if he'll be back in training tomorrow. If Moises leaves, we'll find another important player, and if Moises stays, I'll be happy for us, for the team, for the club, but it's not my problem now. Further goes on to say, if Moises leaves, we will bring another player in. We are Brighton, and under our policy, there is the possibility to lose some players at the end of the season. It was the same for McAllister and Colwell. I don't understand. Yeah, Roberto De Zerbi keeps throwing Colwell. Colwell was never your player. He was under our ownership. I don't understand why you keep bringing Colwell. Colwell was always going to leave. He was on loan. I don't get why you would have had Colwell part of your equation for the upcoming season, which is strange. But anyway, Roberto De Zerbi over here also claiming that Brighton are a selling club. This is their policy. At the end of the season, they do expect players to leave. So it's clear as daylight that as much as you want to keep these superstars, you can't. You simply cannot. You're Brighton. De Zerbi, Moises felt pain in hamstring, turns to someone to confirm. He felt pain in hamstring. He's having a conversation in the press conference, and he looks, hamstring? Yeah? Okay. Just confirming the story. Just tells you that there is no hamstring issues, man. I don't know how much time he needs to come inside again. Brighton and Hove Albion on YouTube channel. So look, there's no injury. All right, there's absolutely no injury. Even De Zerbi doesn't even know, like, if he got the right injury information correct in the press conference. Chelsea preparing to launch new bid for Caicedo. This is from Gary Jacob. Where's he from? Sports Report of the Times. Yeah, look, we are definitely preparing a new bid. So that's it's imminent. It's imminent now. Just Matt, it all sort of now all eyes are on how much is that bid going to be. Chelsea are preparing a new bid for Moises Caicedo and remain intent on signing him before the start of the Premier League season. I hope so, man. If we can have Moises Caicedo in the starting lineup versus Liverpool, oh, that's going to be so good. So good. More than you can believe. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Similar thing happened. Smart PYS move here. Similar thing happened when we were going after Cucurella about 12 months ago. Brighton manager Graham Potter has confirmed City target Marc Cucurella wasn't in Brighton's matchday squad versus Espanyol today due to minor injury. If you guys remember that. July 31st, 2022. Similar things are happening right now. So look, as I said, if it was truly an injury, it would have been louder. The noise would have been huge. Chelsea journalists would have known. Fabrizio Romano would have known through Moises Caicedo's agent. Fabrizio Romano, he's known all along what the player wants and what the agents want as well. Fabrizio Romano, that's why he's so staunch about this, that he wants to go to Chelsea. And player power these days. If a player wants something, it'll eventually happen. This is Fabrizio Romano now. On the player's side, the message is clear. He wants to complete the move to Chelsea as terms were already agreed back in May. 80 million not enough. Chelsea need to improve that. So I think we'll get to that 90, and I'm hoping that should be enough. Moises Caicedo not in the squad today, comes with a clear message from the player. He wants to leave. Chelsea have to improve bid to make deal happen. Talks ongoing from Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are well and truly in the end game this week. I know every single week we say this week. Shamelessly we say that, but this is it. This week has to be it. We need this player against Liverpool. I think we have a decent chance if Caicedo is in the squad, in the team, definitely in the starting lineup against Liverpool. I think we will look very good in midfield. We look strong in defense, and we've got quite a bit of flair up front as well. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. It does seem like we are nearing the end of this transfer saga. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. Let's move on to the next topic. Angelo will arrive in Strasbourg early next week for a loan move. This from L'Equipe. Look, this was always going to happen. I didn't want it to happen. I wanted him to stick around because Noni Madueke is still not fit. He hasn't had any preseason. And on the right side, it's going to be Raheem Sterling now. It seems like it will be Raheem Sterling. And I just thought that someone like Angelo Gabriel, could have been a player for us on the right side. Michael Elise, injuries are a concern, even though Chelsea are so keen on Elise. And I think he's an absolutely talented player. But Michael Elise's injury, hamstring, grade 3 tear, is at a surgery. He's not back in training, let alone to start a match. Probably won't be back till the end of this month, and then match fitness, some training. So even if Chelsea do end up getting Michael Elise, and I know the price is a discounted price, seems like. I hope it is a discounted price. So that is the tantalizing factor there. You're not going to see Michael Elise until at least start of October. Definitely not seeing in August. I'm pretty sure all of September he's still going to try and recover and come back, training, have some match fitness. Hasn't had a preseason. So you're not going to see him until at least October. And that's me being optimistic about the situation. So I just thought someone like Angelo Gabriel might be worthwhile keeping. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. He is going to go out on a loan to Strasbourg, enjoy an European loan. Maybe it might be worth it for him and really develop. Strasbourg is definitely a team to look out for this season in Liga 1. They're going to get some exciting players from us. They've already bought a couple of exciting players. Chelsea have done some decent investment. And someone recently said, I think it might have been All UK Chelsea, that a lot of us are looking at Strasbourg. Of course, they're a sister club, partner club, what do you want to call it, right? They're part of the multidimensional structure that we're trying to build with different teams. But I think Chelsea owners, they take Strasbourg seriously. Strasbourg will not be looked as a Mickey Mouse club anymore. They will do their level best to make Strasbourg as competitive as possible in Liga 1 and perhaps make it into the Champions League positions from that particular league. So we should not be looking at Strasbourg like like a joke of a team that we just send our players to develop. I think we're sending our players to help them compete in that league at the same time develop our players as well. So, and vice versa, some of their players could potentially, look to come to us if they really perform well. So we'll see what happens. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Juventus have a new idea to present. See, I don't understand this. Like, help me understand this in the comment section. Honestly, I don't get this particular tweet. Juventus have a new idea to present to Chelsea. If Lukaku does well with Juventus, then they will pay 50 million euros, 43.5 to Chelsea, and then Chelsea will pay 80 million, 69 million for Vlahovic. Is this like add-ons? Like if Lukaku does well, so down the track. So is this like future tense? I don't understand this, man. Like if we were really keen about this would have happened by now. It's as simple as that. I think there is some doubts in a lot of people within our hierarchy about Vlahovic, and this is why it's not moving that quick. If it really wanted to move, it would have happened. But at the same time, I think we're desperate to let go of Lukaku, and the only way this is going to happen is if we take Vlahovic off Juventus's books. So we want to get rid of Lukaku, but at the same time, we're going to have to accept Vlahovic. Look, Vlahovic isn't a bad player. It's just we have to have a plan. As I said in my last video, if you haven't seen my last video in regards to David Fofana, check that out. He's probably going to kill it in the Bundesliga. And I know a lot of players kill it. There are other players that didn't kill. Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't kill it over there. David Fofana, from what we've seen for the little bits and pieces in the Premier League as well last season, he looks like a very good player. So we have to have a plan for all of these, players that we're getting. There's that Brazilian wonder kid that we're getting as well, David Washington. So before we buy all these players, let's have a proper plan. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have made contact with Tyler Adams' camp to be informed on conditions of the deal. Focus remains on Caicedo, separate talks and separate story. First of all, another player that is injured, but it's not as serious as Olise. Olise is going to be out for a little while. Tyler Adams, I think, should be back soon enough, but once again, is a player that hasn't had any preseason, but there is that, that discounted price because of relegation. I think relegation clause, something around 20 million. Look, for me, I've never disregarded Tyler Adams. I've always regarded him as a very good midfielder. Seen him last season when they whooped us under Thomas Tuchel 3-0. He was fantastic. Seen him throughout the World Cup. He was fantastic. My only issue around this whole thing is I didn't want him as an alternative. I just thought that if we don't get Caicedo, okay, you're going for Tyler Adams as an alternative. But looks like we are hopefully getting Moises Caicedo, and it should always be Moises Caicedo. Then if you want to get Tyler Adams, like I'd rather try and give those minutes to Andre Santos, to Cesare Casadi or Ugochukwu. Casadi looks like he's going to go out on a loan. Ugochukwu potentially looks like he's going to go out on loan. And I think this is why we're bringing in someone like Tyler Adams. So Tyler Adams, for me, is a backup player. Look, let's see, man. We're a bit thin in midfield. And this is probably why we bring in someone like Tyler Adams in. And look, you're going to get some leadership qualities from him. I think he's USA captain. So I don't mind, man. A little bit of depth in midfield for a cheap price for 20 million, I suppose, is not bad business. But let me know, man. I just want to see Andre Santos, get more minutes as opposed to Tyler Adams. Chelsea set to trigger Tyler Adams' 20 million release clause, according to Simon Jones from Mail Sport. Look, this news is heating up, so it looks like something is brewing here. We're potentially going to get Tyler Adams as well. Want to keep an eye on in the next few days. A lot of news about Tyler Adams to Chelsea that's happening. So I think there is good chance it's going to happen. Last but not least, a feel-good story, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear from each and every one of you guys how you feel about Bashir Humphreys in the comment section. Smash the like button as well, by the way. Absolutely annihilate the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well, because we're literally about 500 away from 27,000. Chelsea are in talks with Bashir Humphreys over a new contract before sending him out on loan, a season-long loan deal. Mauricio Pochettino is understood to have been impressed with the homegrown star who excelled during preseason. He has been flawless this preseason. Very, very impressed by Bashir Humphreys, the level of composure he's shown in this preseason. So, look, looking forward to where he goes out on loan. Hopefully, it's a very good loan, and then he really puts himself into the mix next season as a CB who can be part of our team in the future. So look, glad that Mauricio Pochettino is very, very happy with him. I think the fan base in general are very happy with him as well, and we are going to be focused on seeing how his career path works out. But yeah, this is definitely the end of Chalobah, ladies and gentlemen. He does need to move on. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it on today's latest news. I didn't want to touch on the Community Shield, Charity Shield, whatever you want to call it. Man City lost, Arsenal won in penalties. Who cares? Arsenal got, raving about it like as if they won the Champions League. So whoop-de-doo, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Sorry I couldn't do any lives over the weekend. Just once again, very busy with the family and friends, and just spent a lot of time with them. But we will be back throughout this week with live stream. So until then, everyone, take care. See ya.